Disney princesses bring us magic through the big screens. They're brave, they're stubborn, and they tell an important story. Did you know that the oldest Disney princesses were 21 and Snow White was only 14? Doesn't it make you wonder what they would look like now? Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you love Disney as much as we do. Now, join us as we discuss what Disney princesses would look like today. Cinderella. Cinderella was first seen on the big screens in 1950, and it soon became one of the most beloved Disney stories out there. Can you believe it has been more than 60 years since Cinderella first premiered? Because Cinderella was so popular, Disney kept on re-releasing the movie on 5 different occasions over the years to allow generations of all ages to enjoy the story. Cinderella was 19 in the movie, and although she was always treated badly by her stepmom and her stepsisters, she remained kind and loving. This, of course, paid off. So, what would Cinderella look like now? A talented Brazilian artist had an amazing idea and created an 84-year-old Cinderella, and we absolutely love her. The hair, the makeup, the clothes, the necklace, she almost looks like she could be the queen from The Princess Diaries. She's got the smile that shows she's still just as kind-hearted. What do you think? Would an 85-year-old Cinderella have any kids or grandkids? But here's a more important question. Has her shoe size changed? In the third movie, Cinderella reveals her shoe size is actually incredibly tiny. Have her dainty feet stayed the same through the years? Cinderella also taught us an important life lesson. Be courageous and be kind. Snow White. Did you know that Snow White was first a book published by the Brothers Grimm in 1812, and the first Snow White movie came out in 1937? It's one of the most famous fairy tales in the world, and it's still popular with children as well as adults. Snow White was originally meant to be blonde, which was the hair color of most European fairy tale female characters around that time. However, they changed her hair and looks to make her more relatable. In the story, Snow White is just 14. In fact, she's one of the youngest Disney princesses, followed by the 15-year-old Jasmine from Aladdin. So here's what Snow White would look like in 2017. She'd be 94 years old, styling the same length hair turned gray. Did you know that the woman who voiced Snow White had such a unique voice, she had to sign a contract that said she was never allowed to play in another movie again? The original Snow White's look and parts of her life were based on a German countess who was born in 1533. Doesn't she look like a princess? We bet she'd be very flattered if she knew her life became a popular fairy tale. Aurora. Sleeping Beauty premiered on January 29th in 1959. But did you know that the movie took 6 years to make? Nevertheless, Aurora's charm, her story, and the movie's happy ending captured the world's attention, and Aurora remains one of the most popular princesses to this day. Aurora was 16 years old in the story, and if she aged with the movie, this is how she would look in 2017. The Aurora that you can see on the right is 72 years old, and she has certainly aged very well. Her long blonde hair turned shoulder-length gray, and her face has matured. But this look only adds to Aurora's graceful and loving personality. Aurora is definitely a popular princess, but so is the actress who gave Aurora her voice. Her name is Mary Costa. She's 87. And she has an interesting announcement for the Sleeping Beauty fans in 2016. Mary always signed and replied to many letters Sleeping Beauty fans sent her, but on her 86th birthday, the actress made an announcement that she can no longer reply to the letters. But don't worry, she said, she'll still do the in-person signings when you see her, and she'll continue to help children believe in their dreams. Belle. We can't talk about favorite princesses without mentioning Belle, can we? The French 17-year-old stole the hearts of many after they have watched the enchanting story of Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast premiered in 1991, and it instantly became a hit. Who wouldn't fall in love with this story and the charming characters that made us angry, laugh, and cry? Give this video a thumbs up if Beauty and the Beast is still one of your favorite stories. Did you know that the story was based on a French fairy tale published in 1756 that was just a bit darker than the Disney classic you love? In fact, you can also find an Italian and a Norwegian version of stories that inspired the popular Disney movie. Belle was incredibly beautiful, outspoken, and a curious 17-year-old bookworm who was wise beyond her years. So, what would she look like if she aged with the movie? Here she is at 41, still looking absolutely fantastic. We love her shoulder-length hair. Guess how many animators and artists worked on the Beauty and the Beast movie? 600. No wonder it's still so popular after all these years. Jasmine. Along with Snow White, Princess Jasmine is one of the youngest Disney princesses. Did you know she was just 15 in the story? And she looked absolutely flawless. Princess Jasmine is a favorite of many, and we can definitely see why. She's free-spirited, confident, and headstrong. In fact, she was so gorgeous, the Aladdin producers asked the artist to redesign Aladdin as he was much shabbier than the Persian prince you know. The movie first aired in 1992, and it was the first animated movie to make more than $200 million in revenue. Jasmine was 15 in 1992, but this is what she would look like these days. Here she is, aged 38, and of course, she's still as gorgeous as ever. Her striking eyes really make her stand out from the other Disney princesses, but her inner beauty is just as important, and we absolutely love how young Jasmine always stood up for herself. We hope the 38-year-old Jasmine would have the same personality, and that she and Aladdin would have a family and go on amazing adventures. Princess Jasmine's looks were partially modeled by the actress Jennifer Connelly, and we definitely see the resemblance. Is Princess Jasmine your favorite? What do you think of her as a 38-year-old? Merida. There is always a debate whether Merida is a Disney princess, but she is, in fact, the first Pixar character that received her princess crown, and we can't leave her out of this list. This illustration comes from a Tumblr user called Punziella, who created a series of illustrations on what Disney princesses would look like in the modern-day world. But we have to say, we are completely in love with this version of Merida from Brave. We can totally imagine Merida being chosen for Taylor Swift's Bad Blood music video, and we love this illustration. The fighter that she is, the modern-day Merida is wearing an interesting dark outfit, and she's definitely ready to rock. One thing many love about Merida is her beautiful curly hair that makes her stand out from the other princesses. Did you know that her wild hair was animated from 1,500 individual curves that grew into more than 100,000 pieces of hair? Now that is a lot of hair. Merida is adventurous and free-spirited, and the modern world Merida definitely strengthened her personality. Merida was 16 in the movie, which was made in 2013. What we love about this Disney princess is that she never really gave in to the stereotype of a princess, even though she was the first Pixar character to receive the honor of being a princess in 2013. So, what do you think of Merida in the modern world? Rapunzel. The same artist that designed Merida also illustrated many modern images of Disney's Rapunzel, and this image is our favorite. It seems like the modern-day Rapunzel grew back her hair. We're also in love with her outfit, the denim shorts with a simple white tee, but is that a phone in her hands? It looks like the modern day would turn Rapunzel into the queen of selfies. Rapunzel's quirky personality was actually inspired by 3 Hollywood actresses. Reese Witherspoon, Natalie Portman, and Amy Poehler all added their humor to the Disney princess. Rapunzel holds her secret power in her long hair, but do you know how long it would be in real life? The creators of the film said her hair is 70 feet long, which is pretty impressive. However, this Tumblr user has an interesting theory about Rapunzel and her hair. They completely doubted the laws of Disney's physics and stated that Rapunzel would actually need double the amount of hair to come down the tall tower in the way that's presented in the movie. We're talking about an impressive 140 feet of hair. The user even takes a dab of the fact that she was able to use her hair to stop mid-fall, which is completely impossible. There's just one explanation for this. It's how Disney magic works. Pocahontas. This drawing was also illustrated by the same talented artist. We can totally see a modern-day Pocahontas doing the catwalk. She's absolutely gorgeous. What do you think? A fashion model by day, a crime-fighting hero by night, or has Pocahontas settled down from the adrenaline into the city life? Although we can't see her arm tattoo, this Pocahontas is totally rocking a gorgeous designer outfit. Would she be an established model, or is she in the running for America's Next Top Model? Wherever she would be, she certainly seems to know what she's doing with her life, and we are officially jealous. Is this what you'd expect from a modern version of Pocahontas? Pocahontas was always able to stand up for what she believed in. She was compassionate, and she was never afraid to go after what she wanted. A modern-day Pocahontas would definitely be just as strong-minded, and she would never care about anyone else's opinion. At least, that's what we think. Did you know that Pocahontas' character was so complex, it took 55 animators to design her? She's definitely not your average princess, and we bet that this modern version of Pocahontas shouldn't be taken for granted either. Mulan. This modern-day Mulan belongs to a very talented DeviantArt user. Mulan was 16 years old in the movie, but she has proven to be a very impressive Disney character that didn't take no for an answer. What we love about Mulan is her strength and her independence. Her character is a portrait of the same named Chinese warrior whose original story came from a Chinese folk story. The modern Mulan is sporting a very typical trendy look. We love that she has Mushu on her hoodie. She's also sporting some really cool yellow-colored shoes and simple jeans. Besides Jasmine, Mulan is also the only princess who is seen wearing pants instead of a skirt or a dress, which we can also see on the modern-day Mulan. Mulan also gave us one of the most important life lessons ever, to never give up. If you ever need a character who's all about girl power, look no further than Mulan. We bet a modern-day Mulan would have no trouble fighting for human rights and equality, and she'd definitely have something to say about gender discrimination. Give this video a thumbs up if Mulan's your favorite Disney princess, because she just might be ours. Ariel. The Little Mermaid story was first released as a book written by Hans Christian Andersen in 1837 and became a Disney movie in 1989. In the story, the 16-year-old Ariel longs to leave the ocean and see what it's like to live her life on land. Of course, her father is very much against this wish, but that doesn't stop the stubborn Ariel from visiting land, where she actually falls in love with a human. The Little Mermaid story is among some of the most popular Disney classics, but have you ever wondered what Ariel would look like today? Check out this image. In 1989, Ariel was 16, which would mean that she'd be about 28 years old on the right picture. It looks like the life on land straightened Ariel's hair and gave a bit more definition to her face. Did you know that the look of Ariel was actually based on what Alyssa Milano looked like when she was a child? The charming actress confirmed the fact herself. The animators took images of Alyssa and created the iconic Ariel. How cool is that? If you could be turned into a Disney princess, which one would you choose and why? Who's your favorite Disney princess? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. For more Disney videos, check out 10 most epic Disney movie themed bedrooms ever. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.